Imaseun joins us now. He's the Odo State Chairman of P. Morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Good morning for having me.
Well, yes, you do know that it's controversial because you have people with all shades of opinion about this program, saying politically being used for that purpose. And in fact, there are some stories saying, look, National Assembly telling the president, scrap this. It doesn't make sense anymore. What's going on with your own version?
Well, I thank you, Chamberlain. You know, the birth of the P program, subsidy reinvestment program, came as a result of the partial removal of fuel subsidy, which took place roughly about a year and a half ago. You know, when that partial removal was removed, Mr. President believed that he must come up with a way that an average Nigerians can feel the removal. You know, the removal of that subsidy kind of increased the prices of fuel at the fuel pump. So he came up with this fuel subsidy reinvestment program. That program is headed by a gentleman, you all know him, a tested technocrat, Dr. Christopher Kolade, a blameless, stainless human being. He is the head of the P committee in Abuja. They have a committee in Abuja that is responsible for most of this program. Then there come us, chairman of the State Coordination and Implementation Committee, SCIC. We are the chairman of the State Implementation Committee in each state. Now, the P program itself has about 6 programs. You have public works, you have vocational skill, you have graduate internship program, child health care, maternity. We, the State Implementation Committee, we are only responsible for the youth and women empowerment program. What is youth and women empowerment program? It's a program designed by the federal government to reach average Nigerians, to reach Nigerians in all the 734 local governments of the federation, to reach all Nigerians in the villages for the first time in the history of this country. An average Nigerian, a tomato seller, a bag driver, a rider, pan and bitter, farmers, they are now feeling the impact of government. Okay. They are now feeling the impact.
We'll still focus on that in a bit, but could you tell us, how is this money dispersed? Who receives it in the state?
This money is disbursed. The disbursements of this money comes from the federal government. Now, I wanted to go to the state program. We don't get money as a state committee. For you to understand that, I have to tell you how the state committee works. Now, there's a program where people are identified, the lower economic ladder, you know, identify and given the opportunity, given a temporary job, and they are paid 10,000 naira monthly. These people who are identified. Now, the qualification for these people is between maybe secondary school education or no education at all. It's for the low of the low. Now, they are identified, and upon identification, the UBA band came out and I captured their data, went to local government by local government. If you are lucky enough to be identified, the UBA would capture your data, your name, your address, and it's entered into the system. Now, at the end of the month, which we are about to start this month, I know a lot of people have been complaining that they've yet to get paid. At the end of the month, after it has been certified that they've gone through what was required of them, then it is sent to Abuja. Abuja now send in that money through the Federal Ministry of Finance to Federal Ministry of Labor, and it goes straight to the beneficiary's account. That is what...
Straight to the account?
Straight to the beneficiary's account. But
but there must be a receiving agency in the state.
Yes,
who disburses it to
No, we don't disburse in the state. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Why the federal government did this? They're trying to avoid this talk of about mismanagement and all that. So what we do in the state, we are the clearinghouse. We identify beneficiaries, we find out who they are, we register them, the bank open account for them, and it is at the end of the month they are paid their 10,000 naira. Now, it's supposed to be 5,000 persons every year from each state. You know, this is the test program, and we are starting with about 3,000. In about a month or two, as soon as the payment of these people is in progress, then the additional 2,000 will be added to it to make it 3,000.
Just a quick question, sorry, before you go on. You talked about the State Implementation Committee. How is the State Implementation Committee selected?
The State Implementation Committee selected by Mr. President. you know, State Implementation Committee chairmen now. There are also other members. We have one representing each of the senatorial districts.
So it has nothing to do with the state government?
Absolutely not. But however, if you look at the expansion of the function of the quarter meetings, the state government parastatals like the State Ministry of Health, State Ministry of Youth and Women Affairs, State Ministry of Finance, who are also members of the quarter meeting. But this is exclusively the federal government program. Let me quickly mention
That's the Shopee program.
The Shopee program.
Okay.
However, you know, the state government is supposed to have their own version of the Shopee. If you notice, last year we were talking about 360-something thousand. That is 10,000 young men and women to be employed every year in this state. Now, the federal government portion of it is 5,000. That is what we are doing now. Remember, too, that the Shopee money is divided between the federal, the state, and the local government.
Okay, so you're making the picture is getting clearer. This is what I'm getting, that the federal government has its own money.
Yes.
The states have their own money.
Yes.
So they also have their own committee, which is different from yours.
No, I can't say that because I don't work for the state government. They were supposed, how they disburse their money is up to them.
They have their own money.
They have their money.
Okay.
54%, about 54% of this money, of the Shopee money saved from the oil, goes to the state's government, shared among the state. Then about 42 goes to the federal government. About 4% go to the federal capital territory and every other thing. It is the 42% now, the Shopee, that is currently ongoing. Now, the state government was to, they were supposed to complement the federal government effort by also doing something with their Shopee money. Now, it is not my job, or rather, I don't have enough information to tell you what they are doing with their money. So now, the issue, the area I really wanted to get into, be reading on the papers, on the pages of paper, Lai Mohammed saying that maybe this is politically motivated and all that.
Isn't that what it is? Because that's the question I actually wanted to bring in here, because they say, well, the beneficiaries of the program are card-carrying members of the People's Democratic Party. That is one. And if the young men and women in Edo State are part of this program, how well can you show, or by way of proof, that some of these beneficiaries are not card-carrying members of the PDP?
Well, I'll tell you this. This program is not aimed at PDP or AC or APP. It's aimed at all Nigerians. Remember, those who elected Mr. President were Nigerians, not just PDP. You know, once you are, you are elected under a political platform. And when you assume that position, your responsibility to all the people, not just your party members. Now, remember, we have the disadvantaged people there. We have the disabled. Mr. President made it unequivocally clear that he strongly believes that there is ability in disability, and therefore, we have been mandated, not encouraged now, to ensure that the disabled are also members, are also members of this beneficiary. We have the disabled, we have young men and women. We are supposed to ensure that not less than 30%, there's no cap of how, it must not be less than 30% of women are beneficiaries. It can be 40, it can be 50, it can be 60. Like in my state, there are about 46%, 44% of the women.
What exactly do you do to them, or do you give out to them? Because we also understand there's something termed good luck alert.
Yes, I am the one that came up with that, that phrase. Why? Because the way the program is designed. Now, we as chairmen, we don't see the money. I'm also the chairman of all the chairmen in Nigeria, by the way. We don't see the money.
Sorry, let's get that straight. Chairman of chairman.
Of chairman committee. We have committee
Shopee.
of Shopee. We have 36 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, make it 37. Each of them has wonderful men and the woman from Ebonyi as chairman. I'm the chairman of that committee. Now, I name it Good Luck Alert. Why? Because you get this money. Once I, as a chairman, by the way, I must quickly mention here that we are doing this in collaboration with the National Directorate of Employment in each of the states. So the National Directorate of Employment in the state is the vice chairman. And you have his or her technical team. We work together.